Yo, yo, yo. Apologize for the delay. The devil don't want me to do this post. And some niggas ain't gonna want me to do this one neither, right? But we ain't gonna put my niggas on blast today. We ain't gonna put my niggas on blast. Hold on, let me see. Y'all can hear me okay? We not gonna put my niggas on blast today. But we gonna put the police punk ass on blast. Yes, we are. Because yesterday, I pulled up on 13th and Cash down there at the salon and saw the street blocked off. Police everywhere, yellow tape. And just judging by how many police it was and the way everybody was standing around, I knew somebody was dead, unfortunately. I said, damn, somebody dead now. I heard somebody got killed. And surely enough, when I rolled up, they told me, oh, Yusuf, the owner of the smoke shop. They didn't say 5 people got shot, 3 dead. Now, I still haven't confirmed that with no news sources, no official report. That's just the word that came from somebody who was out there before me, who knows the parties involved and who be on that parking lot at the Salama every day. That's one thing, right? That's a whole story in itself. What happened, why it happened, who was involved, right? That's not really the focus of this live, though. The focus of this live is really that they said that the police was on the lot. The police was on the lot when it happened, and they started flashing their sirens. They started their sirens or whatever. I really hope that that's not true, right? I really hope that that's not true. But even more disturbing than that, right? Even more disturbing than that is that when I was appalled by that news and was like, what? They did what? The niggas who I was talking to seemed to concur or seemed to agree with the police course of action. They was like, I would have did the same thing. You would have did the same thing if that was just you sitting over there, or you would have did the same thing if you was a police. Niggas can't even answer a question directly. It's really disappointing because niggas be wiggling like a mug. You can tell when they can't answer a question or a question make them uncomfortable. You would have did the same thing if that was you over there, like you, or if you were a cop, you would have done the same thing. Because that makes a big difference. He said the police want to go home. They want to go home at night too. So I don't empathize with them. If you want to go home at night, don't want to risk getting shot at or shot and killed, go find something safe to do. Go get a job that doesn't require you to wear a bulletproof vest and carry a gun, that doesn't give you the power to lock people up and to use lethal force on folks who will never get to go home at night. With great power comes great responsibility. To whom much is given, much is tested. You don't get to just automatically say, I want to go home at night. Not when my tax dollars is paying your bitch ass to take a course of action to protect and serve. And why the brothers in the community seem to empathize with the police so much is just mind-boggling to me. Niggas steady talk. What does all this police empathy come from black males? You niggas been whipped into submission. beat into submission. So now we empathizing with the police. I would have did the same thing. They want to make it home at night too. I hope as many of them bitches don't make it home at night as niggas didn't make it home at night who got killed unjustly by them. Fuck them people. I can't stand a patriotic ass nigga. They want to go home at night. Well, guess what? They took an oath. Give a fuck what they want. Your job say you got a duty. People at other jobs don't have that duty you have. Welcome to police. Welcome to police work. So what was they supposed to start doing? What should they have done? Motherfuckers like, what you wanted them to do? Start shooting, bitch. Y'all find every other reason to shoot a nigga. So if y'all sitting there and some niggas break out and start shooting and murdering another group of individuals, that's the time when you are justified to kill a black man, to kill a nigga. Y'all was supposed to immediately start shooting at them. You didn't have time to say freeze or none of that. Y'all were just supposed to start dumping on their ass with intentions to murder them before they got a chance to carry out the murder they was doing or in the act of it. Yes, that's what y'all should have done. Now your nigga can say what they would have done or what they think they should have done, and they can be wrong. Because guess what? They not motherfucking school teachers. They not motherfucking shop owners. They not motherfucking cashiers. They not none of that. Them people get to go home every night. The police, you might not. Depends on how your day goes. Unless you one of they bitch ass. They say them motherfuckers was trying to get out the way. Now, I don't know how true that is. They say them motherfuckers was trying to get out the way. Allegedly, one of the dudes got caught and the rest of them got away. So somebody did some type of police work, I'm assuming. But I don't think they should still have a job. And I really don't think they should still have their freedom. Now, what they should be charged with, I'm not sure. Now, what they should be charged with, I'm not sure. But this shit got to be stopped. The problem is, why are you niggas so empathetic to the police? Since when they been our friends? I'm talking to one nigga, he say, oh man, but you can't blame the police. Yes, I can. You can't blame the police. No, you can't. No, you can't. Yes, I can, and I am. Now, if I got to explain to you what I'm blaming them for, why I'm blaming them, because somebody who doesn't have reason would assume that I'm blaming the police because the niggas got killed. No. I'm blaming the police for not doing the police work and responding, acting accordingly. Yes. I'm holding them accountable. Fuck them. We don't need their ass in our community. What the fuck we need them around here for? They getting paid for nothing. I wish I knew how much of my salary and my total in my life been paid to the police force from city taxes. I'm sure it ain't a lot, but I would want all of it back. I would want all of it back. If I bought a motherfucking flashlight for their ass, bitch, you don't deserve for it to shine. I can't stand no motherfucking police, military, no motherfucker representing the United States government. I can't stand your motherfucking ass. These weak ass niggas. Then, and I say, okay, well, he want to break down, okay, what's your issue? Well, first of all, if you really want to talk about what they represent and the power structure, they work for the motherfucking devil. If you're the police, you're the devil, first of all, number one. Now, if I got to get into breaking that down and prove that to niggas and niggas want to argue that, then I'm going to feel like I'm going back to elementary, right? He said, these niggas the devil. I said, what? He said, these niggas is devils. I turned around and walked away from that nigga. I turned around and walked away from that nigga. Now, the small-minded person might say, well, yeah, these niggas is demons and devils. That ain't the conversation. I can speak to that, but I don't think niggas really want to have that conversation. I think they really was just deflecting off the police. I think some niggas are so buck broken and love being controlled by America so much. They love slavery so much that it just bothered him to hear me sitting up and talking about his officers that protect and serve him. It just ate him up to sit up and listen to me be critical to the police. He was like, while I was talking, he like, man, yeah, fuck them people. And whether niggas is demons or not, that's irrelevant. That's not the motherfucking conversation at hand. Since when men get to deflect. Kids and coochie get to deflect, and they don't even get to, but we know they gonna do it. Men, you got to be held accountable. You can't deflect to nobody else when the subject is you. We not talking about the niggas. We talking about the police right now. That's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation. So why would you say the police are devils, Pac-Man? I'm not even talking about the simple individual police that's out there. And I shouldn't have to break this down for adults. What do the police protect and what do they represent? What do they uphold? What is their job? To what? Uphold the law. The law, right? Okay. Who established the law, the laws of this country? The people that we call the United States government, right? How did they gain the authority to establish a government and create a law? Through war. Do y'all remember the war? Do y'all remember how they acquired this land? Because last time I checked, it wasn't by no lawful means. A lot of foolish motherfuckers that say, well, they signed treaties and they bought land and they did this and this and that. If you believe that bullshit they told you in history class and you ain't really went and done your research and find out how they broke them treaties and how they lied and how they pencil whipped motherfuckers and did and took and killed and did all that, then your slow ass ain't ready for the conversation. Quit believing all these lies that America tell and go find out some shit for your damn self. They came and took land from our people, and their only rights was, who gonna check us? We got the biggest gun. So I don't respect the fact that they ever even established these United States of America, a government, a regime. We forced to follow it for the sake of keeping our freedom and being able to function in life, and that's about the extent of it for me. But I got a problem with it. I'm not okay with it. I'm being forced to follow some shit just to be able to have a decent quality of life. You just got to go. You just got to play along. Like, what you going to do? How much power do you really have? Right? But I'm not okay with this shit. As far as I'm concerned, there ain't no such thing as the law. So who are they to decide what our laws could be? Because last time I checked, the people who was here already, they had their own law. And even prior to coming here, our people, the so-called Native Americans and so-called African Americans, had a nation, had our own law. We capable of governing our damn self. So we never really needed y'all. We never really wanted y'all. I never really accepted y'all. So y'all some motherfucking devils. Everything y'all done is evil and unjust, and in the name of idol gods. I know that. Y'all need to go check out Ashley Hayes. Go check out Ashley Hayes' YouTube, The Great Deception Part 1. And she not a pro-black Israelite. She's a young Caucasian girl in her 20s, exposing her people for being devil worshippers and the people who founded the U.S. government all being Freemasons who didn't found this country on Christian principles like they claim to have, but really established it to usher in a new age of idolatry and resurrect the old gods of the ancient world in modern times. And America was created as a new version of Babylon to usher in that spirit. And she proves it. This ain't no opinions, because y'all quick to call everybody's take on something an opinion. Y'all ain't even fact checked it to know if it's opinion or if it's motherfucking fact. People so quick to refer to everybody's position or take on something as their opinion. You ask me, oh, that's your opinion. You ask him, oh, that's your opinion. You ask him, oh, that's your opinion. If the shit he said was a fact and was true and can be proven, then it wasn't his opinion. It wasn't an opinion at all. It was a fact. It was his reply. I try not to deal with opinion. I talk a whole lot, but very rarely do I give my opinion on shit. I gave my opinion on what I think should happen to those police and my opinion on them. But what I said about how they established this nation and them being devils, which means liars, oh, that's a fact. You can go fact check that and look that up. And according to the Bible, devil is a liar, a person with a forked tongue. And people who establish this government just happen to come from a certain race of people, right? And that race of people has a history of being devils, of lying and having a forked tongue and doing the same thing that they did here. Y'all scared of them? Y'all don't consider them y'all enemies? Y'all trying to gain their favor or stay in their good graces? Y'all seek their approval? Y'all respect their laws? Y'all give a fuck about their opinion? Y'all care whether or not they make it home at night? Y'all care whether or not they kids make it home at night? They don't give a fuck about ours. I don't got no tears for nobody that ain't on the home team. And there's some people that look like this that ain't on the home team. I don't got no tears for them niggas neither. Throw their ass all in the same landfill. But if you are a so-called black man and you feel like those niggas express that you can't blame the police, I would have did the same thing. What the fuck you think they were supposed to do? They want to go home at night too. Then respectfully, fuck that. I was going to say fuck you, but I heard this from a couple of people who I love, and I hate that y'all feel that way, so I don't really want to say fuck you. But fuck what you talking about. Fuck all that shit. I ain't even finna have a conversation with y'all motherfucking ass no more. This shit is remedial. This is shit I shouldn't even have to explain. What's the word, Reno? Niggas taking up for the police. Can't blame the police. I would have did the same thing. What you expect them to do? They want to go home at night too. Bitch, go find something safe to do. Take off that badge and give the motherfucking check back. I heard Caller Ride was hiring. Herbert Hoover Boys Club looking for youth motherfucking leaders for the summer program. If you want to find something safe to do, you want to be a police. Probably got some type of power trip. You like being able to tell grown folks what to do and they gotta listen to you, having some type of authority. You like being able to carry that gun. See, when you're given a certain amount of power, right? You got the power to be able to kill somebody and say it was justified. And even if it's not, you got a system on your side that'll back you up, that'll cover things up, that will break the law that they set in order to protect you, to make sure that you're not held accountable while somebody else didn't get to go home at night. You get to lock people up who don't get to go home to their families and their kids. The fact that you have that power, the flip side of it is it puts you in a position where sometimes you are at risk. You knew that because that's when they gave you the bulletproof vest. You didn't say, what if this is for? People might actually shoot at me on this job. They gave you a gun. You didn't say, why do I need this? Is this dangerous or something? You took that motherfucker and was like, yeah. Mm-hmm. You felt good when you got it too. It made you feel safe. You felt some type of bravado. Oh, but when it's time for you to use it, you only use it when the odds suit you. When the other person is unarmed, in a vehicle, unexpected, outnumbered, whatever. But when you're supposed to shoot, when you got all authorization to, when somebody's life is on the line and your action or your reaction time could possibly save somebody's life, you get to say, oh no, I was scared for my life. I want to make it home at night to my family. I called for backup. No, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. Yeah, anybody else but a cop or military. Anybody else get to say that. You don't. No, you took an oath and you broke that oath. Right? And anybody who willing to let their ass off the hook or got anything positive to say about them or the police in general, respectfully, fuck all that shit you talking. Draw a line in the sand. That's what you do. And stay on the side that you step on. Don't be trying to come across when it conveniently suits you. Because your black card is in jeopardy. And the way y'all love to go against us when it's convenient, you might just need to go ahead and give it up. Why do you even still want it? Why do it even matter to y'all? Obviously, that don't matter to y'all. Y'all more concerned with being American than being your own separate nation and being proud of that. So away with you niggas. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I wish I could do something to distinguish us apart. I think y'all should be cursed with the likeness of the people who you do respect or you do honor, whoever you are loyal to, even beyond your control. So if you was black and you just happened to think the Chinese people was the best people in the world and you was loyal to them and had your head up their ass, then I think you should start changing to look like a motherfucking Chinese out of your motherfucking control. So that way motherfuckers couldn't be faking. You got so much empathy for the white power structure, white supremacists. You okay with what they do? You want to defend them in conversations and regurgitate they speaking points? Your skin need to just start turning like Michael Jackson. Your motherfucking nose need to shrink, lips, hair need to just change and all that. Look like what you respect, what you honor, what you want to be. Look like that. Go ahead, go on over there. Get the fuck on over there. Yeah, we know some of these niggas is devils too. We know that. But that wasn't a motherfucking conversation. And you don't really want to have that conversation neither because guess what? You're not going to want to do what it takes to fix it. You just like being able to talk down on other niggas and say, I'm a good nigga. I'm a black man. They're niggers. And I really don't got no patience for people who don't know what nigga mean now, who still think it's a bad word or being ignorant person, or we shouldn't say it around certain people, or the N-word. And I'm not even into that respecting elders who don't like it and not saying it around them. If they too motherfucking ignorant at this point in their life, as long as they've been around to learn what the real origin of the word was and that it was our word and that it holds power, then I don't know what to tell them. I tell them right then, hey, I know you've been lied to for the last I don't know how many years, and white people told you that it means ignorant person, and they've been using it to insult us. But look, this is where it really comes from. This is what it really means. So embrace it, and we're going to change the narrative. So no, I'm not going to stop saying it because I'm saying it in this context. If you don't like that, then get out of that coon mentality and stop giving them so much power. They don't get to define what a word means and say what it means. Once I find that out, oh, this is what it really meant. It meant prophet or teacher when we used it. And then they took it and flipped it upside down and make it mean ignorant person. The prophet or the teacher is the wisest person in the community. But they want to reverse our nature and flip it upside down. It figures that they would make it where it means ignorant person. So if you say, oh, I don't want to use that word because this and this and that, that means you're giving more truth to their definition than you are to ours. You're validating them over us. Nigga, we said it mean prophet or teacher. Take that and run with it. Give a fuck what they said. I'm going to need you to get your head out their ass. Start discrediting everything they say. As soon as you find out some shit was a lie or was wrong or whatever, don't give it. That shit don't exist no more. Oh, for real? Oh, that's dead. This is what it is from now on. Y'all too busy trying to get along with motherfuckers and seeking motherfuckers' approval and have people favor and shit. It's despicable. I'm disgusted with you niggas. Let me go ahead and get my day started and get to my business. Shalom, all praise to the Most High. God bless you.